this is just my show right now. Like every week I look forward to Real Housewives. I'm even wearing a purple top right now. This is not on purpose, but it matches the vibe of the cast. Let's get into this week's episode. In earlier reviews, I said, you know what, Meredith can go, Whitney can go. They don't have storylines or whatever. However, I feel like I feel like everyone in this cast is pulling their weight in some way, shape, or form. And I'm really enjoying it. So I'm just going to go down the line, okay? Angie. Angie has become a real fan favorite of mine. When she first came on, it was giving beg friend with Jen Shah. Then obviously, you know, Jen Shah left. Then it was, you know, last season was a bit, you know, it was still a bit, but this season, she's really come into her own. She's standing up for herself. The argument she's having with Brittany that she had, you know, a couple episodes ago, you know, Angie girl, this is what, and she got first seat as well at the reunion, so I can't wait for the reunion. I can't wait for the reunion at all. Mary joins the crew. You know, she gives an update on Robert Jr. You know, he seems to be in a better place. He's receiving help. She decided to come. The way her and Angie embraced each other when she first came, I don't know if the other ladies at this point know about how bad Robert Jr. is, but you can just tell the way she, compared to how she was with Meredith and the other ladies when she first came, to how she was when she first saw Angie, it just shows that they've obviously got a genuine friendship. They like each other. They obviously, you know, talk about things outside of filming. And this is the Mary that I wanted from season 1, you know. I don't know what has caused the change, but I'm really enjoying it. She was so funny this episode as well. Even like after the argument when she was asking for dessert, it was so funny. Meredith, you know, last week Meredith apologized to Angie for kicking her out because she realized that she was doing too much because Brittany started it, okay, and Angie finished it. But this episode, she wants us to believe that she was crying because of the slut shaming thing. You were throwing up and you're crying because of slut shaming thing. If we're going to lie, let's lie with sense, okay? Because no, you weren't crying for that. Something is going on with Meredith and we don't know what's going on. And I feel like it's got to do with her marriage. Obviously, Whitney alluded to the fact that, you know, I mean, Lisa alluded to the fact that maybe there's, you know, she's cheated or her husband is cheated or whatever it is. Something is going on, okay? Something is going on. Maybe that slut shaming thing triggered her because she's been out here cheating on Seth while he's out here cheating on her in Ohio. I don't know. Something's not right, guys. Something's not right. But you definitely weren't crying because of that. Whitney as well. Again, Whitney doesn't have a storyline, by the way. That Alibaba thing and the healing thing, there's no storyline. And I'm telling you, I feel like after the reunion, she's gonna like, they're gonna announce her and her husband are separated, but they're not actually gonna separate. But it's just for this to secure the next season. I'm telling you, something like this is gonna happen because Whitney, you know, you're getting pushed out. You're getting pushed out slightly. But in saying that, her confessionals are good. She's good at the confessionals, and she stays on Meredith and Lisa's neck. And sometimes that's what we need. So I'm happy with Whitney to stay on the show. She's needed, but I think she could be a friend of. I don't think she needs to be a snowflake holder, in my personal opinion. Same with Meredith, by the way. Not Whitney, oh my gosh, Heather, you know, even though this season has been an awful season for her, this season, I think she showed that she actually has a good heart, because the way she embraced Bronwyn, when Bronwyn, you know, was talking about her and Todd, that is how you react when someone is telling you something about their relationship. If one of your friends or a girl you're familiar with comes and tells you, oh, my husband cheated on me, or he was doing X, Y, Z, you comfort her. You don't be like, oh, but what did you do to your husband for him to do that? Or or are you making it up? No, she didn't do that. Even Angie as well. And Whitney. They did what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to comfort somebody that's talking about that. Bronwyn, yeah, can be a lot sometimes. But in that moment, she needed a friend. Okay? And I feel like Heather did that. Bronwyn as well, you know, people were saying she's coming on this show because probably in the next couple of years she wants to divorce Todd and she wants some sort of financial freedom or something. Probably. You know, she opened up that her that Todd was cheating on her, or he alluded to the fact, or he was doing something he shouldn't have been doing. And Lisa and Meredith were acting like she's lying, or she's making this up, or they wasn't showing any compassion. Even after, on, the hot mic, Lisa and her hot mics, Lisa was talking to Angie and she was like, that was interesting. And Angie was like, I feel sorry for her. And then she had to quickly change her thing because she would have come off as a bitch. This is what happens. When you marry somebody that's significantly older than you, like old enough to be your dad, these are some of the things you have to deal with, especially if they're rich, and Bronwyn has been a bit uptight this season. And this is probably why, because she's not happy in her household, or she's, she wants friends at her age, or people that, I don't know, girl, but she people were thinking that this was like a manipulative thing, her talking about her and Todd. But I honestly think she was being honest. She talked about how hard it is for her to be a stepmom, all that stuff like that. I feel like she was being honest, and to kind of get that reception from like someone that's supposed to be your friend for the longest time out of all these women, to me that was nasty. Lisa was trash for that. Trash. And at the end of the episode, they're all kind of going at Lisa, and instead of Lisa to take accountability or acknowledge people's feelings, she starts crying herself and walks out. Listen, Lisa, I don't know who told you were the one, but you're not. I'm no shade. I don't even understand why these lot are like begging to be your friend. Because when Jen was on the show, you weren't that girl. Like, let's just be real. I'm no shade, but Jen was the queen bee when she was there. You've now taken her role, but you're not giving us anything for me to feel like, oh my gosh, yeah, let's all follow Lisa. So I feel like these lot need to just be like, F Lisa. Like, why do you care so much if she's not your friend, or she says something? Shout at her, like, cuss her out, drag her life. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. But overall, it was a really good episode. Every episode this season has been good. Even the ones that haven't been as good has still been better than New York. But yeah, another amazing episode. I can't wait for the reunion. This season, 10 out of 10. I completely forgot about Brittany. Oh my gosh, but yeah, Brittany did an announcement that her daughter, like, she spoke to her daughter or something like that. You know what? Even though I think Brittany is a ridiculous woman and she puts men over her relationship with her children, I like her on this show. I think she works with this cast. The dynamic, like her delusions are just, I like her. I completely forgot about her. I had to do a quick little clip. Yeah.